Hello, everybody, and welcome in on this Tuesday morning. You're watching Atlanta News First Plus right now. We want to welcome in. I'm Brooks Baptiste, checking in with a couple of those stories that are making headlines this morning. This is our segment in case you missed it. So, a couple of those things that we need to catch you up on today. We want to begin with a story that I believe probably hits home for a lot of people. Waffle House. We all go there. We all check it out. We all have our favorite menu items, right? Well, we need to let you know something that they're going to be doing a surcharge per egg by 50%. Or 50 cents. Look at me. Oh my goodness, that could have been really bad. 50 cents on that surcharge because of bird flu. So this obviously is impacting a lot of people who tend to go there for a cheaper meal, even though some would argue that that meal is never the same price no matter how often we go there. But again, that 50 cents per egg temporary surcharge, and it's all because of the nationwide rise in costs of eggs. So we want to get to Atlanta News First. Blake Devine, who has more on how this could impact you and how people are feeling about this.
Many Waffle House regulars, they know their order by heart. So when they found out about this 50-cent subcharge per each egg, could send some orders scrambling. The locally founded restaurant chain made the change due to the, quote, unprecedented rise in egg prices caused by the bird flu. A corporate spokesperson says the restaurant decided to add this subcharge on eggs instead of raising prices across their menu. Waffle House says the subcharge is temporary, although they don't know how long it'll last. We talked to several Georgia Tech students, regulars at the restaurant chain, who say this could cause them to make some difficult decisions.
Why are you charging more for, you don't give us that much eggs anyways in the first place?
I mean, especially with like eggs being such a staple breakfast food, like I do think that could impact people, and like, I don't know, I probably won't be going there.
We reached out to several other local restaurants who serve eggs, such as OK Cafe and the Marietta Diner. They say they have no plans at this point in time to raise the prices. Reporting in Midtown, Blake Devine, Atlanta News First.
Yeah, right now companies are doing what they have to do. Again, everybody's feeling the strain of those prices of the eggs right now. I think I typically get mine from Sam's or Costco, and I think I went in there to Sam's and they sell like maybe it's 2 dozen at a time or maybe 36 eggs at a time, whichever it is, and it was $9 for that package. That used to be about $6. So again, I think a lot of people are probably feeling that right now. So as we learn more about when they will remove that surcharge, referring to Waffle House, of course, we'll be sure to update you. Another story today that we want to bring to your attention. We know it is Black History Month, and there are a lot of great stories to tell, not just in the metro, but across our state as a whole. But something that you may not realize is that there is a teacher shortage across our country, but specifically a lack of Black male educators. Now, there are some statistics that really suggest that there should be Black male educators between those grades K through 5, and how important it is for kids to actually graduate. In Atlanta News First, Brittany Ford, she speaks with one educator here in Atlanta who says being a positive role model, that's part of his DNA.
These are some of the most notable African American educators in U.S. history. Not only were they educators, but community leaders and activists who helped shape the landscape of equality in education.
Welcome back, class. Definitely good to see y'all. How's everybody doing? Y'all ready to learn today? All right, what's funny, I never intended to get to education. I was like, no. I come from family educators. I was like, oh, it's nice, but I don't think it's for me.
Cameron Brewer teaches TV, film, and production at McNair High School in DeKalb County.
Take 2, Seymour.
Brewer, a former TV news reporter who covered education, saw the need for more Black male teachers in the classroom and decided to be the change.
I just keep getting better and better. It made me happy. My passion for children and mentoring, it just happened. I made a decision to get out of the news.
All right, good. So good job.
And then I moved back home to Georgia.
Definitely better energy.
McNair High School is home to one of the largest populations of underserved students in the district. Over the past 2 years, Brewer says he's been able to make an impact.
I grew up in a single-parent home. My father wasn't there. And so I look at a lot of these other students, and especially young Black male students, and I think of myself. I see that they need that guidance.
Most recent statistics show Black men accounted for only 1.3% of public school teachers in the 2020-2021 school year. Here in Georgia, those numbers show black males make up only 4% of the teacher workforce. And not only is there a lack of black male presence in the classroom, but keeping them there once they join the profession.
There's no support from the admin. There's no mentoring from seasoned teachers.
White balance, the most important thing.
They just don't feel supported.
Ramonia Toombs is executive director of the Fulton Federation of Teachers. She says black male educators have been directly correlated to higher success rates among African American students.
A study says that if you have encountered a black male teacher in K through 5th grade, you're more likely to finish high school.
Working to break the stigma and continue the legacy of the African American educators who paved the way.
Did you do long shots at different angles, or did you like stay in one position? Did you move to different positions? Some of the itch rubbed off on me from my grandmother, my mom, so it's deep in the blood.
Brewer says he's hoping to set a new standard.
Hope my time here will inspire more men to want to seek the education profession. That's what makes me look forward to coming to work every day, is being a positive role model.
In DeKalb County, Brittany Ford, Atlanta News First.
And just as he was inspired, I'm sure there will be others that he's teaching right now that will be inspired, and hopefully they will continue to pass on those good things that can be accomplished in the classroom, because we know how important that is. And again, as a black man and during Black History Month, we love to tell those stories and share those stories because they are important, not just to our history, but where we're trying to go in life as well. Well, we want to switch gears because we know that there's been a lot going on in the world of aviation. We have talked about several plane crashes that have happened in just the past week and a week or so. And right now, there are a lot of travelers that are wondering, how safe is it to fly? Because when you think about the statistics, many just go by, what we've had to report on in the past week or so. But there are doctors and experts that are saying you don't have any need to, be afraid necessarily, that there is still such a high or low chance, I should say, of something happening to you. But again, we understand how frightening it can be right now for so many people. So let's get you caught up to speed here. There's a safety report from the International Air Transport Association that says the odds are you would have to fly every day for more than 100,000 years before you got into a deadly accident. But there's one psychologist that says when you hear about these plane crashes on the news, as we've heard about them in just the past week or so, it is so hard for us to remember just how rare they are.
Is so glaring in our minds. And so as we're going to the airport, that's occupying our minds so much more, even though the car ride to the airport was way more dangerous than the flight that we were taking.
That was Dr. Aaron Brennan there, and he says you also want to remember that the pilots who are flying those planes are extremely skilled. Also, thousands of flights take off and land successfully every day. It is important to note that, as again, the recent news for several flights, the one out of D.C., also the flight that the crash that happened in Philadelphia as well, all of those happening within a week of each other. So definitely some scary times for a lot of people. But again, right now, those experts are saying there is no need to worry. You are still safe to fly. Well, when we think about the warmth and the weather that we've been dealing with and how many of you are excited about us being in the 70s right now, it really is giving us a taste of spring, right? Well, here's what we want to tell you about, because that lets us know that spring training is just about here. Baseball season almost here. We're about a week away from that, a little over a week, I should say, and your Atlanta News First Sports team is going to be there for all of the action. However, the Braves already are getting things together right now. It was annual truck day at Truist Park yesterday, so this is where the team and much of the staff, I should say, prepares and loads up for the team's departure as they gear up for spring training in Northport. There's a total there in that truck loaded of 7,000 baseballs, 200 jerseys, 120 helmets, and 8 rolling racks that were all packed in there. Pitchers and catchers are scheduled to report on Wednesday, February 12th for spring training. And last but certainly not least, who are you rooting for in the Super Bowl? There are some freebies that we want to tell you about. So if you are watching the Super Bowl from home, most people are, because those tickets are crazy expensive. There are several companies that are giving away free items for you and even for your pet. So here's the deal. If the Philadelphia Eagles beat the Kansas City Chiefs, I might have said on the air earlier when the Philadelphia Eagles beat the Kansas City Chiefs, but I didn't want to start a war. During the game, we want to let you know that Chewy is going to give away 59,000 pet treats. Also, during the game, Chipotle is going to be posting free entree codes on its social media accounts for every fourth down conversion or extra point. Applebee's also getting in on this, and it's going to be giving folks 20-piece wings, I should say, boneless wings if you are looking for something there. 20 free boneless wings with certain online orders on Sunday. And then we can't forget about this one. If by some chance that game goes into overtime, you can head to Buffalo Wild Wings to get 6 free wings. Remember, kickoff is this Sunday at 6:30. Looking forward to all of the action that is headed our way. So who are you rooting for, the Philadelphia Eagles or the Kansas City Chiefs? Actually, there was a study that came out about the ticket prices and how they're not as high as they typically are. Part of the reason experts believe is because the Kansas City Chiefs have been here so often and people are saying they want something new. I'm just reporting the facts, all right? Well, thanks so much for spending some time with us here on the First Alert Desk. We do have Weather Where You Are coming up in just about 19 minutes here on Atlanta News First Plus. Remember, you can always catch up on the day's big stories by heading to our website, atlantanewsfirst.com. Also by checking out the free Atlanta News First app. We'll see you. Make it a great Tuesday. Might have learned.